I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have a look at the Four token, formerly known as BinaryX. So the Four token has rebranded to Four, which is now the ticker's form, from the BNX token BinaryX. This token is interesting. In this video, we'll have a look at what we can expect from this token in 2025, a full price prediction. But first, let's have a look. This token, basically, according to CoinMarketCap, launched in 2023 at a $1.60 price, currently sitting at $3.80 at an all-time high. It is a good time to have a closer look at what we're working with here. 7,000 holders, it's not that many. 2.2 billion FDV, which is really high, a market cap of 1.4 billion, basically suggesting a higher than a 50% float circulating supply, which makes it a very interesting token to have a look at. However, if you look at these wallets of the top holders, one of them has like $727 million worth of the token. So there must be, some treasuries, 240 million, 113 million, 23 million. There's a lot of big tokens. So what we should do is basically take this address and go to the Explorer, which is right here. It automatically opens, and have a closer look at the token distribution. Well, before we do that, we'll get back to this in a minute. We will first have a review of the socials, how they're going. Older project, right? Created in 2021, token launched later, 365,000 followers. So their description is a decentralized all-in-one platform, GameFi, IGO, memes, which is under Four.Meme, all innovating DeFi, expanding boundaries, and building a fair, free Web3 future, previously BinaryX. Okay, so this means kind of a lot of everything, which will make it a lot more difficult to review, I would say. It sounds a little bit messy. But also on this Four.Meme page, let's open that one up as well, must be one of their products. 276,000 followers, joined 2024, which is unlikely then for that following to be fully legit. How many impressions are we getting? 8,000, 14,000. Okay, not bad at all. Definitely looking interesting. So what I'm assuming from how these posts are formatted, it's a lot of English, it's a lot of Chinese, right? So it might be a Chinese focused, that's why they launched in BNB. It's listed on Binance, perhaps in that angle that this is indeed a Chinese project, which would basically confirm the high engagement to the high following, which is only a good thing, right? They have some giveaways, they post some memes. All right, perfect. So the socials is very active. Now I opened the link tree, and to my surprise, there is a ton of information on the link tree. So the website, the Twitter we just looked at, Reddit, threads, they're on YouTube. There's a CyberLand light paper, the Dragon's metaverse, Cyber Marketplace, IGO application, CyberDragon guide and wiki, BinaryX fund distribution, how to buy the token, RhinoX, right? So we need to review quite a variety of things. And I started with the actual website. So the website still goes to binaryx.pro, which is their website. A little bit shady domain name, but let's see. Bringing the world to BinaryX, IGO project. So what that means is IGO projects, they have a launch pad, right? Now, when we go to the IGO launch pad, let's see if they've done anything. Okay, so they're doing Project Matthew. They're raising it in BNB, and there's a total of 36,000. So it is basically 36,000 times 0.05, which is 1,800 BNB. Yeah. So they're raising 1,800 BNB for this project. Now, of course, why would we want to do it by head calculation? If I can just go here, type in 1,800, which would make it about 1.4 million. Hang on. Yeah, 1.4 million US. Okay, so if they can raise that type of money, that would definitely be very impressive. First come, first served. It's already, this was the only raise they did. apparently, and it finished a long time ago. I thought this was an upcoming one, and actually raised everything. Okay, so they basically did one raise, and that's it. Total issue amount, 1,800 BNB, first come, first serve. Now, Project Matthew, is there a ticker or anything? Symbol? Matthew Box 4. Project Matthew will issue Matthew Box 4 MB4, a BEP404 token with a total supply of 40,000. 10% initial liquidity. Is this an NFT then, or select NFTs? Yes, distribution, because they look like NFTs, that's why. So if we go to Project Matthew, how is that going these days? 32,000, Web3 space simulation, where strategy. So their last post was January 9th, which is not a good sign. Before that was October 11th. So it's kind of, for Web3 terms, dead, right? Or inactive, so to say, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know, maybe they have a Chinese page, maybe they are doing things behind the scenes, but just, I've never seen this before. So on my first glance, not good. Right? Well, impressive though that during that bear market period, they did raise a lot of money. So that's the IGO launchpad. Only one raise done, and a significant one, which is basically good for them. Right? We're going to go to game. So on the game, they have AI Hero, a browser game. So let's have a look at that. Okay, just some screenshots. There's a Twitter or anything. What does this say? Wiki. Okay, we go to a Notion where we can learn more about the game. It's in English and in Chinese. That's good. Okay, here we got Twitter. And the Twitter goes to BinaryX. Okay, so it's the BinaryX hosted one. But they have a game called AI Hero, which was launched about 2 years ago. Which other games do they have? They got Project Matthew, right? Makes sense. Simulation game. They have CyberChess, CyberDragon, CyberLand, which hasn't been launched yet. This one launched in 2021, CyberDragon. Browser game, CyberChess as well. Okay. But yeah, just some cool images. Then go to the wiki, same wiki basically. Is there any information about it? Russian, Portuguese, in British. MetaMask, okay. Multi-token system. Recruit a hero, level it up. It's all text, there's no videos, there's no images. But assumingly, right, I'm making assumptions right now just based on what it looks like. These are like these reskin games that you buy like for 20 grand that are super cheap. Even if I Google it, CyberDragon game, is there anything out there? Play to earn, CyberDragon game, chain play, play to earn score, all time. Okay, I don't know what that means, what that rating is, but it looks low. Crypto required, NFTs, yes. The payback circles 3 to 15, yeah. Okay, so this is more for like grinders. There is a YouTube channel, okay, so it's a little bit more legitimate than I thought. I just want to know this is the YouTube channel called CyberDragon. Quick review, how to earn money. Okay, so we're going to watch another YouTube channel. I just want to know what the game looks like. But it doesn't seem to actually show the game. No. Which is unfortunate, right? So, yeah, no game footage after 4 years. Can't really find it that easy. What is this RhinoX? RhinoX SBT. Soulbound token, where Soulbound tokens are passive new users. Rove, okay, again, gaming. Inactive Twitter, again, some memes. Yeah, so I would say when we go, let's go one more back to the website, because the game section is not really installing too much confidence. Marketplace, so when we go to a marketplace, I just want to see volume. That's the most important thing, but I'm not allowed to watch that. So guild, my hero, sell. So maybe I cannot see anything until I connect my wallet, which is fair game, right? Which is fair enough. Liquidity mining. Okay, so what can we actually liquidity mine? Again, the wallet prompt. This would probably just be bootstrap liquidity for their own products. Game wiki, right? Content owner not found. Okay, that's not a good sign. Am I on the old? Yeah, I was like on the old one. Game wiki. Yeah, okay, so I was just on the old iteration. If you want to contribute to this place, please contact Jen East on Telegram. Okay, move for to provide multi-language support. Okay, blog, other, DAO, white paper, annual report. All right, let's see. So this is the total use in the game 2022, 130,000. That's really outdated data. It's like a deck from 2022. Token highlight 2022, Jan to December. Yeah, it's 2025 now though. So 3 years have gone by. I would assume you would update this. Roadmap for 2023, that's 2 years ago. Yeah, that's not good, obviously, right? So what I'm kind of seeing is there isn't really much going on. These games are from like years ago. The Twitter is active, but what are they really pushing up? This Four.Meme, is it like a separate website? So they have their own link tree. Let's check it, because this BinaryX, it's not really doing too much. So this Four.Meme, it's basically its own whole thing. Best. Oh, okay. So it's like, yeah, I've seen it before. Somebody sent it to me. It's like a pump fun competitor. Okay, so it's like a whole world in another world. Now, these guys have built a lot of shit then, yeah? YouTube, exactly the same thing. X-Chinese. The first meme fair launch platform on the Binance Smart Chain. Fair enough. Okay, so knowing all that, right? Because like it's followed by some big platforms. They're very active, right, on this. So this is probably their main business focus, which fair enough. If you looked at how much money Pump Fund pulled in, all these platforms that are basically following that same pattern, I don't blame them for basically discontinuing the lower quality games to focus on the high potential business rewards. You know, that might be around the corner for something like this. And Four.Meme, it would definitely be a highlight here, I would say, where they made the right business decision. You know, these games are hard. These browser games don't really perform that well. And when it comes to, so they have a ton of KOL affiliates also signed up, which is good for them. To basically get the overview of like, this is the new market, this is where we need to penetrate. Now, it would be great if there is some analytics on this. I don't think they have that, but okay, so listed on PancakeSwap. That means that they have basically gone through migration. I want to see it based on the highest market cap that ever came from this. Okay, so 500 million, 190 million, 100 million, 80 million is really good, right? Like there's some like heavy tokens for the meme angle, I would say. This is not like some ruggy platform. The tech apparently works really well. You can create a token. There's a specific ranking. Here, market cap ranking, you know, how well they've done. And then 24-hour trading volume, 66 million, market cap 82 million. Yeah, there's some new ones. There's some trending ones still, which I think we're not going to go too deep into Four.Meme. We might have to, you know, create a separate video about it because I think it is quite interesting. But to support our thesis, which is, you know, the Four.Meme token. So to look at the Four.Meme token, perhaps this price acceleration coming out of February comes from that Four.Meme platform, which then I would say the analysis makes sense. Now, what's interesting for a Binance listed token, because it's basically Binance is the only big exchange here, the volume is really low, right? It's 10 to 15 million. Sometimes it has a day where it peaks like 20 million, but it is relatively low. Here they had a lot more volume. You see like 17 million, 30 million, also days with like 1 million, right? This is obviously throughout the bear market. So the most important moment is from here to probably where they did the rebrand to 4 from BinaryX, because BinaryX The weird is even weird, binary, and then you have like some games, some IGO. It's a kind of like classic 2021. We just do a little bit of everything corner shop. In this case, Four.Meme, it's clear what they do. They have big tokens that were launched through their product and the token appreciates. Now, this is the question. Where are we going to place the bet with the price prediction? So the old platform, I would say, in my opinion, that's trash. Right? Old games, trash. The IGOs that did one turns out to be a rug. It is what it is, right? Like they couldn't have foreseen that. They raised a ton of money, so which is good for their business, I would say. On the other hand, now with this Four.Meme, they're playing against Bonk, they're playing against Pump Fund. What is the likelihood of that being evergreen? Small. What's the likelihood of that being a good business move on the token? Likely. For the short medium term. So let's be reasonable. Is this token worth 2.2 billion with what they currently have? No. What is the Pump Fund token at today? Let me check that real quick. Pump 1 billion. Market cap 3 billion. So compared to Pump Fund, obviously, which has spat out like a crazy amount of winners, that 2.2 billion is not justified, right? So saying price, even more price movement from here, I would say unlikely. Now, my big concern is with these holders, right? So we need to go to the token tracker, holders, check it out and saying, okay, so the Binance hot wallet, which is owned by Binance, it's almost everything. Right, so when we go back to remove this one, go back to the holder distribution, top holder, 732 million of this token is owned by Binance, or at least Binance hot wallet 20 is holding this amount. Then Binance 28, so this is, I think, maybe this is a deposit wallet for users, and this is another deposit wallet, but with Binance, you never really know. $241 million, right? That is a crazy amount to hold in one wallet. Assumingly, I would say this, right? This is user money that is stored on Binance, but 33% of the total supply, that's a little crazy. It's the only big exchange that they have, but would people not hold in their own wallets? Maybe no. Oh, well, it's a Chinese project with Chinese users. They don't follow a regular pattern. Okay, maybe also true. The third one, 114 million. This is on a unique address. I assume that's going to be the Treasury wallet. It is a contract that communicates often with Binance, basically every single day. Binance withdrawals, Binance deposit. It is a contract. Let me see. Available. No, maybe it's the actual contract for the token. Let me see, what's the address? 417? No, it's different. Okay, I'm not an expert reading these things, so that's a little bit of a question mark. This one, it says, it's actually a contract, this one. OX82, Binance again, Gate, right? So even 10% of the supply, it must be something to do with the staking or something. There's 21%, 65% of supply, yeah. If they're able to provide an explanation, or if anybody can, I would love to hear it in the comments down below. I mean, Binance Hot Wallet, usually for user deposits, but the interaction here, how that goes, Binance 51 is basically the similar structure. So are we now... Okay, Binance Hot Wallet 20. Basically on this token, there's very little going back and forth. Now, I just want to show you guys something, right? Which I think is very, very important for the analysis. When we go back and we need to go to the token, to the actual token, go to holders, 7,000 holders with 232,000 transfers, right? Since basically 2023, okay. This is for 4. Now I'm going to take a different token. Let's take Pump Fund again. Yeah. We have to go to SolScan in that case because it's deployed on Solana, but it has 65,000 holders, right? In that case, like this looks a little bit scammy. Like how likely is it for a token to have 2.2 billion FDV on that token and then have such little holder count? Suspicious. So that's all I can say, right? So, again, this is another good argument, is all they really have going for them at the moment is this meme coin launchpad, where there's big competitors, more and more competitors entering the market. They seem to have an extremely close relationship with Binance, which is great for them, right? That's where the potential is at. They also seem to have an extremely big Chinese community, which is also very good. The whole platform is available in English, Chinese, I don't know what the other one is, Cantonese maybe, or some different, Vietnamese. So they cater to a vast variety of the markets, which is great. But I don't see it appreciating much more from here, holding that FDV. If it does, I would say there's a significant market manipulation. Looking at that holder count, it doesn't really add up to me. Those are my final thoughts. Would I make a play on this token? The answer is no. My price prediction is probably over time it will fade back to a level below $1 unless the meme coin bull run carries forward. The platforms like Pump Fund, Bonk, but also Four.Meme, in that case, would have a lot more longevity, and this would be resembled in terms of the price of the token. If you have different thoughts, please let them know in the comments down below. If you have projects to review, just like we did that today with Four, let me know in the comments down below as well, and I'll make sure to have a look. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.